do we look at objects and think, oh, that will have some residual energy? And do we look at other objects and think, oh, that's so sweet, that won't? Well, truth is, a bit of both, and a bit of a lie in a way, because it doesn't always work out that way. So something can look really nice, look very sweet, very charming, can have hell of a residual energy about it. Other things can look pretty gruesome in a way. You think, I wouldn't like to be in a room with that by myself at night. That has nothing at all. So I'm going to look at one or two bits of mine. This one or two bits, and see what. I wasn't going to do this, but this is sitting there anyway, so I'm going to look at this. Now, what would you expect with that? It's a little tiny wood box. It's got a little hinge thing there that ups out. You open it up, it's empty inside. Would you look at that and think, oh, that's going to have some flipping energy about it? You could very well feel that it's going to if you bought that in a really old second-hand shop or something. I bought this brand new, so I happen to know it's brand new. That doesn't mean to say it would not pick up any residual energy of where it's made and where it is and blah blah blah. But it hasn't. It's pretty sterile. Nothing there. You don't look at it and see anything. You don't look at it and feel anything. It hasn't picked anything up. If it started picking stuff up, it's probably picking it up from here. I'm not going to recognise it because I'm sitting in it all day. But yeah, it's good it was sitting there, because that's a good example, if you could see it, of something that looks old but it's brand new. Now, talking about boxes, little casket things, I think I put this on before. I went looking for one or two bits, and I've got lots of bits I could pick up, but I wanted to pick this up. It's a box, I think it's copper or something like that. You can see some of the original colour in the deep bits, but lots of patina on there, so it's pretty flipping old. The more you hold it, you get this patina, and if you took this home, I bought this very cheap, could be worth a lot of money. Now if you take this home and think, that's a bit bloody rough looking, I'm going to clean that up with Brasso or something or the other. If that's worth a lot of money, clean it up, be my guest, and then it's going to be worth a couple of quid. Never take the patina off. Plus the patina is going to give you a lot of that residual energy. Now with this, there's always been a feeling about it. I've never sat down with it to try and figure out what that feeling is or anything. But yeah, this is out of lots of little boxes I bought, this one does. It's really strange because there, which would have shown up once upon a time, but if you look at it like that, T-E-A-T. So that at some point in the past, which gives you probably some idea of the age, that would have been full of tea. Would you like tea, madam? And you would have made tea. Now when I bought this, I didn't know it said tea, but inside there was a gorse. I'd have assumed it was a gorse lining, but it looked about as old as this box. It was scrunched a bit and all sorts, and for all intents and purpose it looked, like I said, something, I've said it before, It looked like something had been in there, like dead. Little mummified mouse or little tiny kitten or something, I don't know, budgie. Looked like something had been in that wrapping, and somewhere along the line that had gone, the wrapping was still there. That's what it looked like. As bits and bobs of me jewellery in there. But yeah, this has got a residual energy, but it hasn't got residual energy like you would assume because of the age and everything, and maybe what it was, I don't know. You're going to assume maybe that there should be a lot of residual energy, but there isn't. There is a feeling about it, but there isn't anything where you go, oh, I don't want that in my bloody bedroom. If anywhere, it's going the furthest room in the house. Which stuff can feel that way. So yeah, so that really looks like it could be full of flipping energy, but no, it's not. On that point, this feels like scented, aromatic, spicy. Do me. Anyway, 2 more bits before them bones. 2 bits here I'm going to introduce you to. Bought these 3-4 years back or so. Second-hand stall on the flea market in town that is diminished now. Saw them and I thought, got to have them. Can't remember how much they were, but they weren't cheap. And so I brought them home. They're like little brothers. Now, see if you feel anything through the screen. There's one. And he's a clown. I'd say he's a pretty old clown. And he looks like that. It's sort of like the legs. Sort of funny because they go freaking backwards. But there's one. And here's the other. There's the other. Looks like that. Pulling shorts down, laddie. So, made by the same person, I would assume. So there's one. There's 2. Now, if you look at the clothing, I don't know if you can see it, it's very faded. There's areas of it that really have lost a lot of the original colour. Faded. If you look inside that jacket, that's the original colour, the deep red. The bit in the middle is faded. The stains on it. This one is probably that red. The little jacket things are really, and the shorts. How did I? Now, I saw them then, I thought, got to have them. Now, do they have residual energy? Well, but if you hold them, again, they've been here 4 years, 5 years, so they're going to be picking up a lot of my place now. Best time to have felt these properly was when they come in. Yeah, they always had that little bit of a thing about them, which I don't seem to feel now. But again, a good example of something that you'd come across and think, if something's going to have a lot of residual energy, oh sorry mate, these would, and because the clowns, and people don't like clowns, you're going to assume it's really got to be bad energy. They're both in the same place now, in the bathroom near the toilet, so if you get any guests that come in that hate clowns, they've got to be confronted with them. And if you're gonna scare yourself stupid, you might as well do it in the toilet. Anyway, let's sit in there. So yeah, when I first got them, there was a type of energy about them. Yeah, I don't particularly feel that now. I think a lot of mine is seeping in and the others going. Sometimes you get residual energy that is so flipping strong and determined it won't bloody go. But that is, like I said, what makes it worse, if anybody feels residual energy from these, is the fact that the clowns, they're old clowns and they look a bit worn and tattered and that. So automatically straight away you're going to think the worst. Now when I first got them, I had one down the bottom of the hall, one just there in the hall, and the two-piece I had then, because this is a recliner, it's forward a bit, that went right back, the two-piece. So I was turned to me right, there was the clown sitting out there. And I must admit, the first day I had it, it was sitting out there and I sort of looked, and it was looking that way, and I thought, if that clown suddenly turns its freaking head like that and looks at me, I'm going to freaking crap myself. Don't bother. If it turns its head, don't freaking tell me. So yeah, again, it's two objects that you really would expect a good residual energy from, which no, it didn't have. But then, like I said, you can have something that's fairly modern. You can, let's pick this up for instance. This is a little I don't know what you call them, but it's a burner, oil burner. You put oil in there, incense oil. You light this top bit, which is like a stone, pumice stone, and it has a flame. Give it, wait till it's really hot, blow it out, and if you look, it glows red. As long as you leave it like that and there's oil, it will give off this vapour of whatever you got in there. When you finish, you put that on and it douses it. Now, this is modern. So you'd probably think, well, yeah, this could have been bought brand new year back. Yeah, no residual energy with that. And it's, in a sense, it's too cute to have residual energy. But then you can be totally wrong, because if this has been in someone's home and it's not a very good place, you're going to feel hell of a residual energy from that item. And it could be even younger than that. It might have only been in that home for a year, 6 months, but long enough to pick up everything that's there. And you put it there and you'd swear blind you'd dragged it out of Dracula's castle. Right, so them bones. Out of all this stuff I got and these resin skulls and everything, I've got two bits that are human bone. Now, a lot of people are going to assume, ooh, hang on, you have human bone material sitting there, you're going to feel that's there. You're probably going to have spiritual activity and oh, goodness knows what. So let's have a look. The two things I put onto stands so that I can display them. Treat and respect, because they are human, so I won't really be stupid with them. And this one's a rib bone. Now I've got to be careful I don't knock it off here. But yeah, a lot of people would assume a human bone, ooh, if I pick it up it's gonna, and ooh, energy. And now, so look, I mean, I've picked it up many times and nothing about the person, no feeling of this, that, anything else, just nothing. I could pick up an object and you'll feel something. This, nothing to tell me who it was, what they were like, nothing. This one is a lumbar bone. Again, it's human. And you, again, people think, oh, human. But again, for the time I've had it, right from the word go, nothing. There's no feeling with it. I can't feel feminine, I can't feel masculine, I can't feel its life. Nothing. It is pretty straight line. Yeah. Now that doesn't surprise me. Like I said, to people would automatically think, oh, don't want them around, or I don't want a skull, a real skull or whatever, because that is freaky, it's going to feel bad, blah 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 blah. It doesn't. These items, nothing. I'm probably going to get more off this brass holder. I'm probably going to get more off this holder here by feeling it than I am these. It's very clinical, nothing. Spiritual activity. I've never come across any spiritual activity to do with them. I haven't felt any residual energy to do with them. Probably the only two bits in the flat with no residual energy. Does that surprise me? No. These people, I imagine if I was an arse with these and really disrespected them, would I feel some spiritual activity? Possible, if they come back to sort of say, just freaking jack it in. Why do I not feel anything is because people move on. They don't hang around. The person that was this one and that one are not going to hang around for eternity with their bone. It's just not the thing. When you pass over, it's a continuation of life in a different sphere, if you want to put it that way, and you carry on. You're not there walking around like Hollywood. Oh, can I hunt, and I shall float today. And you're not sitting on a little bloody cloud playing art music. When have you gone outside and flipping looked up and heard art music? You move on and you continue, and you're doing things, you're doing other things, and other things that mean you're not going to be there with that. It's the same with churchyard, graves and that sort of thing. It's comforting, and yes, keep doing it. Go to the graveyard, talk to your relative or whatever. That's good. But they're not going to, there'll be times when they'll be there because you're there, but don't think that when you're not there or anybody else is there that they're going to be sitting around or stood on the end of that grave for eternity, because they're not. Although a lot of people probably assume they are. So they think, graveyard, I'm not going in there at night, there's really spirits everywhere. No, they move on. And you think about it, where's the last place you want to spend eternity? It's definitely not standing next to your grave. You know it's there, you've moved on. So, yeah, moved on. There's no activity, nothing. Funny, no residual energy, because I think that person's moved on, their residual energy has gone with them. They're more likely to leave residual energy with things that were around them, their objects. So if this was the owner of this, you'd feel the residual energy here, not here, because that person's moved on, they've took their energy with them. So, yeah, them bones. So just a short one, I wanted to have a look at, just because there is residual energy, it doesn't always come from the places that we assume it's going to. So you can visit an old morgue and you'll feel nothing. You visit this lovely looking house that you look at and think, boy, that is gorgeous, I'd love that. Walk in, you'll feel it. So because something's pretty doesn't mean it hasn't got any, because it looks a little bit freaky doesn't mean to say it has. And them bones haven't. And to be honest, however many human bones I ever maybe do have, I expect the same thing, not to feel anything. So folks, just a little bit more about residual energy. Not always what you think. Don't always look at objects and that and assume. So if you assume, this mind is a bloody strange old thing, and you could go into a room that's dark with nothing and you'll come out going, oh bloody hell, because this can do a lot of jiggery pokery. So here's to you. So if you've ever felt like you want to own something like this, fine for me, but respect it. It does belong to someone, and it belongs to someone that was around. So give it the utmost respect and don't fear it, because as far as I'm concerned, you treat it with respect, it's going to get you respect. Catch you later, folks.